We all love single-player games for their stunning visuals, immersive stories, and the freedom to play at our own pace. But sometimes, the best memories come from sharing those experiences with friends. So in this video, I'll share some co-op games you should definitely play with your friends. Let's start with Sea of Thieves, an open-world pirate adventure game where the size of your ship depends on the size of your crew. 2 players can sail a sloop, 3 can command a brigantine, and 4 can take control of a mighty galleon. What makes the game special is the freedom it offers. You can choose to play as merchants, transporting goods across the seas, or go the pirate route, raiding fortresses and selling loots at ports. You can also hunt for buried treasure using maps and clues, or dive into cinematic Tall Tales missions, some of which even cross over with Pirates of the Caribbean. The seas are filled with mysteries too: ghost fortresses, skeleton ships, sunken wrecks, and giant world events. You might find yourself in a desperate battle with a megalodon, each variant having its own look, personality, and fighting style. The rarest encounters are with the feared red maw and the barnacled dread. And if you're really unlucky, you might even cross paths with the kraken. In over 100 hours of play, I've only seen it twice, and both times it showed up when I was already in trouble. But remember, you're not alone out there. Other players sail the same seas, and while you might not be looking for a fight, you can never be sure they'll think the same. Next, we have the Dying Light series. Both Dying Light 1 and its sequel Stay Human are open-world zombie survival games that let you play the entire campaign in 4-player co-op. Unlike most zombie games, the infected here are fast, aggressive, and relentless. They'll chase you down and swarm you before you know it, which makes teaming up with friends not just fun, but sometimes necessary. Combat is brutal and relies heavily on melee weapons, which you can craft, repair, and upgrade with mods like electricity or poison. Parkour is also a huge part of the experience, letting you escape when your stamina runs out or your weapon breaks. The day and night cycle changes the danger level. During the day, streets are relatively safe, while buildings are crawling with powerful infected. But at night, the terrifying volatiles come out. These apex predators are faster, deadlier, and absolutely terrifying to face. Story-wise, both games focus on an outsider drawn into the struggles of a city. And while the first game offers a straightforward narrative, the sequel lets your choices shape the outcome. Personally, I enjoyed the story and parkour in the first game, but the atmosphere and decision-making in the second game really stood out. Moving on, let's talk about Hazelight Studios. They've given us 3 incredible co-op games built entirely for 2 players: A Way Out, It Takes Two, and Split Fiction. The best part is that It Takes Two and Split Fiction come with a friend's pass, meaning only one of you needs to buy the game, while the other can download the pass and play for free. In a gaming industry full of microtransactions, that's a rare and refreshing gesture. Each game has its own unique theme and story. A Way Out is set in the 70s and follows Leo Caruso and Vincent Moretti as they work together to escape prison and take down a crime boss. It's gritty, cinematic, and dark in tone. It Takes Two is a complete change of pace, where you play as Cody and May, a couple turned into dolls who must work together to fix both their relationship and their magical predicament. The game constantly introduces new mechanics and abilities, making every level feel fresh and creative. Split Fiction, on the other hand, follows Mio Hudson and Zoe Foster, 2 aspiring writers trapped inside a simulation after being promised potential publication. Mio loves sci-fi, Zoe loves fantasy, and the game cleverly blends both genres as the 2 characters learn to work together. Split-screen co-op games were a huge part of my childhood, and seeing Hazelight bring them back in such a creative way is genuinely uplifting. Another game worth mentioning is Generation Zero, set in late 80s Sweden during a time when sci-fi was at its peak. The atmosphere is thick with Cold War paranoia, military bunkers, and secret experiments. You return from vacation only to find your hometown abandoned, with deadly machines patrolling the area and hunting survivors. The backstory reveals that after World War II, new technologies were created for national defense. But something went terribly wrong, and the machines turned against humanity. Generation Zero lets you and up to 3 friends survive, scavenge, and fight back while piecing together the mystery. The machines come in many forms, each with unique strengths and weaknesses, and the battles feel completely different depending on whether you're out in the open fields or hiding in claustrophobic bunkers filled with gas. You can even build and defend bases against swarms of enemies. Weapons have different tiers and mods, crafting is essential, and resources run out fast, which really adds to the tension. The game has an eerie, lonely vibe too, with most of the map being dense forest, where the sound of machines hunting you creates a constant sense of unease. And finally, let's not forget about Portal 2. While many people remember it for its amazing single-player story, the two-player co-op campaign is just as brilliant. You and your partner take on the roles of two robots armed with portal guns, solving puzzles in a massive testing facility. To succeed, you'll need to think creatively, communicate well, and trust each other. The ever-sarcastic AI GLaDOS keeps things entertaining with her cold, robotic humor.
You know what makes me laugh? The thought of you cutting that out.
Though, of course, you can make your own fun too, like creating infinite falling loops or trolling your partner with laser beams. The puzzles are clever, the physics are fantastic, and the game constantly challenges you to think outside the box. It's easily one of the most unique and rewarding co-op experiences out there. So, those were my picks for co-op games to play with friends. Do you have any favorites I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your suggestions. If you have any questions about these games, drop them below and I'll reply. I'm planning to continue this series with more gaming suggestions, tips, and upcoming titles, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated. That's it for today, and as Arnold once said,
I'll be back.